Hello students, today we are going to start chapter 16th of Science of class 7th, that is water, a precious resource. Students, in this chapter we will study about water, that is a precious resource. Students, तुमने सुना होगा जल है तो कल है. This slogan means if there is water, you can think of the future. That is, no life is possible without water. If there is no water, there is no future. Students, as you know that water is a renewable natural resource. It is a vital body fluid which regulates life processes such as digestion of food, transportation of nutrients, and excretion of body waste, etc. It is also required for the germination of seeds. Water is an important participant of photosynthesis. You are perhaps aware that 22 March is celebrated as the World Water Day. A school celebrated Water Day and invited posters from the children of your age group. Some of the posters presented on the day are shown in figure. We celebrate Water Day every year to attract the attention of everybody towards the importance of conserving water. The amount of water recommended by the United Nations for drinking, washing, cooking and maintaining proper hygiene is a minimum of 50 liters per person per day. This amount is about 2.5 buckets of water per person per day. Is your family getting at least this much of water? If yes, you should consider yourself fortunate because millions of people in our country do not get enough water. In some places, the taps run dry, water is supplied through water tankers, long queue for water, fights for water, marches and protests for demand of water. Some newspapers publish the news related to shortage of water. Pamphlets are distributed. People have to go for some kilometers far to get water. Even children cannot attend school regularly since they have to spend hours in fetching water. From all these hardships, we can say that in some places there is an acute shortage of water. Students, you can do an activity. You can collect clipping from newspapers and magazines on the news items, articles and pictures related to water shortage. Paste them in your scrapbook and share it with your friends. List some problems faced by people and discuss them. Water shortage has become a matter of concern throughout the world. It is estimated that in a few years from now, more than one third of the people in the world could face water scarcity. Before we discuss why water is getting scarce, we must know how much water is available for use on our planet. Students, year 2003 was observed as the International Year of Fresh Water to make people aware of this dwindling natural resource. Students, look at the picture of the earth taken from space. Why does it appear blue? Surely you can guess. You are aware that about 71% of the earth's surface is covered with water. Almost all the water on the earth is contained in the seas and oceans, rivers, lakes, ice caps as groundwater and in the atmosphere. However, most of this water is not fit for human consumption directly. Students, you can perform this activity to estimate the relative amount of fresh water available for human consumption. Students, in this activity, you will take a medium-sized bucket and fill it up with water. It contains about 20 liters of water. Assume that this water represents all the water present on the earth. Now take a teaspoon of about 5 milliliter capacity and transfer 100 spoons of water from the bucket to a small container like a bath mug. This represents total fresh water on the earth. From the bath mug, transfer 30 spoons of water to a glass tumbler. This gives a measure of usable water present as groundwater. Now finally, take out a quarter spoonful of water from the mug. It represents all the water present in all the lakes and rivers of the world. The water left in the bucket represents the saline water present in seas and oceans and partly as groundwater. This water is not fit for human use. The water left in the bath mug represents the water which is present in the frozen form in glacier, ice caps and permanent snow. Even this water is not available readily. So students, you will observe that if the total amount of water on the earth is 20 liters, then the total amount of fresh water on the earth is 1/4 spoonful. So the total amount of fresh water available on the earth is 0.006%. Now we will discuss about forms of water. Water on the earth has been maintained for millions of years by various processes which make the water cycle. Students, you have studied the water cycle in class 6th. The water cycle describes how water evaporates from the surface of the earth, rises into the atmosphere, cools and condenses into rain or snow in clouds, and falls again to the surface as precipitation. Students, you know that when water circulates through the water cycle, it can be found in all the three forms, that is, solid, liquid, and gas. At any given time, somewhere on the earth, the solid form, snow and ice, is present as ice caps at the poles of the earth, snow covered mountains, and glaciers. Liquid water is present in oceans, lakes, rivers, and even underground. The gaseous form is the water vapor present in the air around us. The continuous cycling of water among its three forms keeps the total amount of water on the earth constant, even when the whole world is using it. Students, can you recall the processes involved in water cycle? The following activity will help you. Students, this figure shows the processes involved in the water cycle. They are labeled by the number. Match these numbers with the processes given in the jumble form. So first is groundwater, second is evaporation, third is condensation, fourth is clouds, fifth is transpiration, sixth is infiltration, and seventh is precipitation. Now you must be thinking, what is the water supply system in big cities, towns, and most of interior villages? Most towns and cities have water supply maintained by the civic bodies. The water is drawn from nearby lakes, rivers, ponds, or wells. The water is supplied through a network of pipes. Many villages do not have such a water supply system. There, people fetch water directly from the sources. Often, people and even children have to walk several kilometers to fetch water. Students, you can see in this figure, the children suffer a lot. They cannot attend school regularly since they spend hours in fetching water. Students, this is the end of today's session. We will continue this chapter in next video. Up till then, thank you.